it's me, Tommy O, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my nose piercing. So just a little bit of backstory. I got my nose pierced almost 3 weeks ago. I got it pierced on October 12th, which was like, I don't know what day it was. It was on the weekend. And today is October 30th. So it's been almost 3 weeks and I don't have a keloid, at least not anymore, and I didn't have one on the top. I had one on the inside, which to me I feel is a little bit different. Most people have a keloid on the outside, which is very unfortunate. So I just wanted to let you guys know about the maintenance, the upkeep, my experience, and the price, and anything else pertaining to the nose piercing. So if you guys want to know, just keep watching. Alrighty guys, so I went to a tattoo shop literally right before I had work. And I had been talking about getting a nose piercing, but my friends thought that I was kidding. But I just did it. I literally just did it because I'd been talking about it for like 2-3 months and I hadn't gotten a nose piercing. And the longer you wait, the longer, you know, the more time that you can't wear makeup, the longer you can't swim, even though I can't swim already, you know. But I just didn't want it to be a situation where I wanted to do something and I couldn't because I had just recently got my nose pierced. I finally got it pierced, so I went to a tattoo shop and I called around because piercers aren't always there every single day, but the piercer who pierced me was the owner of the tattoo shop. Pretty much the estimates that I got was either $30 including the jewelry, or like $40 and like above. I went to the place, so it's $30 including the jewelry, and it's the jewelry that I have in right now. It's a little stud. Literally my mom didn't notice it in my nose for like about a week. All my coworkers, nobody noticed pretty much except like 1 or 2 of my friends, but besides that, it's not like a big flashy piece of jewelry. But I wanted a hoop, but of course you have to get a stud first because when your nose is healing, you can't just have like a piece of jewelry moving around, because that's going to cause irritation. I would say for the pain, it really didn't hurt when the needle was going through my nose. It was just like a little pinch. Most people cry right then, but I didn't cry. Sorry, I don't have footage, but literally the needle came in my nose, didn't really hurt, but when he was pulling the needle down my nose trying to put this jewelry in, I literally was rethinking my whole life. I was like, damn, I really messed up. Times are tough for me. I shouldn't have done that. But besides that, it didn't really hurt. And then when he was pulling the needle through, shimmy it down my nose, that's when one little pimp tear just came rolling down, you know. So there's that. The only solution that my piercer recommended was this stuff right here, and I think this stuff is literally just sterile saline solution. I bought it from my piercer. I think it's $6. Great stuff. Or you could just make your own, but I'll show you guys what I've been doing to make sure that my keloid went away. But yeah, that's major key right there. Also, my piercer gave me this guide. Hopefully it can freeze. I'll just read all the things. I think everyone tells you something different. People say use
antibacterial soap. Some people say don't do it, it dries it out. Some people say use alcohol. Some people say don't use alcohol, it dries it out. So again, just listen to what your
said to do and you should be all right. But these are the Aftercare solution, or the Aftercare instructions that my piercer gave. I'll just sum it up. It says use like a 1/4 teaspoon of non-iodized sea salt with 1 cup of warm water, and then you can do that for like a saline soak, or you can use antibacterial soap on the days that you don't do the saline soak. And I literally did a saline soak like 3 times, and then I was just over it because that took a lot of work. But I feel like if you have a fresh keloid, do the saline soak. But yeah, don't touch your piercing while it's healing. Don't touch your piercing with dirty hands. Don't take your piercing out if you don't want the piercing to close. Just pretty much make sure your piercing
It's clean, make sure it's breathable, take vitamin C, have a healthy diet, get enough sleep, don't have too much stress, don't use too many recreational drugs. People, children out there.
don't do that. You know, don't drink a lot, just the usual regular schmegula stuff. Also, so these are on the things to avoid that my piercer said.
It said avoid alcohol because it's too strong and it over dries, but some people said that's all they use. Don't use ointments like Neosporin or topical antibiotic ointment because these prevent oxygen from reaching the wound and it forms a sticky residue which can cause other complications, which makes sense. Don't overclean, just do it like twice a day because that might hinder your healing and irritate your piercing. And don't use too many different products. And make sure you clean your bed sheets is also a really big one, and don't wear a band-aid on your piercing.
I feel like my piercing looks pretty good. I get lots of like little compliments and stuff on how like it's healing, but I kid you not, 3 days after getting this piercing, I promise you it started to sink in my nose. Right now, I don't know if y'all can see that my nose piercing is pretty flush against my nose. It's because my stud is so small. I don't know if my nose is a little bit thicker, my nose thick, or what, or if the post is just too small, but I had a lot of swelling on the inside of my nose, and that pretty much made my piercing sink into my face, made my whole my piercing, the hole that my piercing was in, it made that go bigger because my stud was sinking into my nose, and it got so bad that day. I thought I like bumped my nose or something, or I hit it or something, and my nose piercing fell out. And then there was like crust over it, but it was flat, like it was literally flat to my nose. And I literally called my...
She's like, oh my gosh, I think my nose piercing fell out.
And he's just like, when did you get it done? You know, you can still come in, I'll fix it, blah, blah, blah.
Literally, I got in my car and I like moved the crust. I got like a tissue, moved the crust. I realized that my nose piercing was still in my nose. It's just that my nose piercing was literally sinking. And if you guys want to know how I fixed my nose piercing from sinking, I can do a video about that. But this is not that video. I don't know what kind of video it is so far because I just been talking. So let me just show you guys how I clean my nose piercing. So I just take some cotton swabs and I take my sterile solution and I dip it in, but you don't want to double dip either because then it's not sterile anymore. And I just dip both sides. I just close that up and I just washed my hands, so I literally just clean it just like this. I usually use my thumb to push it up. And when you first get your nose piercing done, it's completely normal to have like the crusties, and I still get crusties around my nose. And then use the other side to clean the inside. And that's literally it. And when I had my keloid on the inside of my nose, what I would do is I would take my sea salt, doesn't really matter what brand, just make sure it's non-iodized, and I would take purified drinking water and a little bowl as well, like a little container like this, and I would make a paste. So let me show you guys the paste that I would make. And I would literally put the tiniest bit of water, fresh new Q-tip, and you just pretty much make a little paste. I put too much water in it today, but just imagine a paste, or just move the other water away and then the salt will just stay on the top. And you literally just put it over your piercing. Use this paste if you don't have like a sterile soak. And then just put it on top. And I also put it on the inside, and that's how I got rid of my keloid that was on the inside. Nose soak, I also did that. So again, you just take your sea salt and you take a container, put a good amount of sea salt in there. There's a good amount in there, and just get water. I'm gonna stir it up. and then you just dip your nose in it, and I kind of tilt my head back and forth, or rock my head back and forth, so that the solution is all up and through my nose. And I would do this for about like 5 minutes or so on the days that you have keloids. Okay guys, so those are the things that I did. That was my experience, that was the cost, just a little bit of background about my piercing, how I got rid of my keloids, and hopefully those things work for you. But yeah, until next time, all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the down bar, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.